G'day guys, and welcome back to another live stream on a Wednesday night. Thank you so much for joining us. So before we start, of course, hit the subscribe button if you like this sort of videos, and if you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, both Jason and I have a Patreon accounts, so you can find us in the description with all our social media stuff. So we will bring Jason in. Whoops, that didn't work out. Hello, Jason. How are you?
My head was a bit big then. I was having to stare at my own big head for about 2 seconds.
Yeah. How are you going?
Pretty good. What's been happening, everybody? Looks like we've got a good amount of people in the stream again, so it's going to be another good night just talking about some firearms and associated equipment. Hope everyone's had a good week buying guns. We can't really do much. Looks like Australia is about to go to shit yet again. I'm in New South Wales, so we're screwed. Looks like Perth is screwed. Parts of Queensland are screwed. 17 months later, after 2 months to flatten the curve. This is what people keep saying. We're never, ever going to see the end of this. Just get used to this. There is no end to this. I mean, one case, and I think Brisbane, isn't it? Queensland's gone into a bloody lockdown. Perth, one person. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we've only had a couple. We've only had a couple here in Queensland. Let's try not to say the C word tonight, because every week we say it, they turn all monetization off that video, and I don't get any ad revenue from it. So let's try and not say the C word and see what happens tonight. So we've also got the old if one of us rant too long, we've got the alarm tonight. So if someone talks too long, they get this.
That might be for you this time. You were giving it a good go last week.
Yeah, I was. Yes. Okay, something we just talked about a couple of minutes ago, Jason. Andy, thank you for the super chat. Settle our bet, Jason. Did Chris get his gun bag?
That's the post office, what would you call it, receipt. So this is what I'm going to do, Andy, a.k.a. Daniel Andrews. Give me just 2 seconds. This is what I'm going to do, man. All right, so I've sent it because he's from Victoria. You can put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
Put that in your gob and smoke it, mate. I sent it. I sent it, when did I send it? Yesterday, I think. Yesterday, yeah. I had to send a bunch of stickers out to people. So $15 it cost me. So You bastards, here you go. Here it is. You want to see that you get the bloody ring lights too much. You can't really see it. But anyway, it should be there by next Tuesday, I reckon. Maybe Tuesday. If not, with COVID happening, maybe Wednesday. We'll see what happens. But I've definitely seen it. So it is in transit. It's in transit.
You've just blown my ad revenue there.
Why? What did I say?
COVID. There goes my $2.
They're not paying us much anyway.
And there goes my $2.50 from Google.
$2.50 exactly.
It's thank you.
Sorry, I did do the extra cover, not purchase. Sorry, it's only a gun bag. I didn't want to insure a gun bag, guys. So
yeah, well, poor old Chris has been waiting months and months for it. Seems like an eternity. The poor guy.
I just kept forgetting. No one reminded me, and then he mentioned it during the week, and then on a Thursday or Friday, I think it was last week, Chris. I can't remember. And then I said stuff. I went straight to the garage. I folded it up. I taped it up, put it in a bag, and mate got it out on. I think I did on the weekend and got it out on Tuesday. So he's going to enjoy that gun bag. But anyone that's giving me shit, put that in your pipe and smoke it right there. Here, put some nicotine or something in there, or vape it, whatever you want to do.
Well, I think you deserve it because you left the poor bugger waiting forever.
That's right, but he's going to get it now, so he's going to be a happy camper. So,
thank you very much, Dirty Fox. And this week, I released a video of me shooting one of my cameras by accident. Bit of a ricochet and destroyed the camera. So, if you haven't seen the video, get on the page, which you're on right now, but you'll see the video. Get onto it afterwards and have a look at the short little video of me shooting my camera. So this one is for the camera fund. A lot of people said they'll be donating to the camera fund so I can replace it. So thank
what
you
camera did you shoot? What one was that? Was that the little GoPro? What was it?
Yeah. It was that. Yeah. And so that was the end of that one. It doesn't work anymore. I was lucky I got the memory stick out of it. It didn't damage that, so which was good. But yes, thank you very much for that. So I want to know, I've been making a few of the short videos. What do you guys think of them? I take some of the best things out of some videos and just make a little video. It's quick and easy for me to make. It doesn't take a long time. So you get no ad revenue, of course, off it. But it's a good, easy little video of something exciting. Do you guys like them? They seem to be very popular out there, all the short videos. This one had in 2 days 2,200 views. So
I like longer videos. That's just me. I like longer videos, but that's just me. I mean, all depends on what people like. It's all individual. Some will, some won't.
No, exactly. The super chats are going off. We'll bring up a few more.
Bloody hell, it's a strong start. Very strong start.
Yeah.
Dirty Fox and our buddy Daniel Andrews have set a trend.
Yeah, and our friend Chris Miller. Thanks, Jace. I've paid that in. Super chats 10 times over, and happy to do so, mate. Thank you so much, Chris. He is a loyal fan.
Hey, hang on. Let me get this straight. Let me just say everybody can hear this. I've not received a fucking dime of that money. So it all went to Aaron so he can produce the channel. So that's him. I sent it to you for the show. So for the podcast, nothing to do with this show. So just want to clear that one up. Clear that one up. I've not received it. I've not received a dime of the super chat money. Put it that way.
Yeah, you got something else. Yes,
something else you can't say, but yeah.
Yeah, so well, thank you very much, Chris. And sorry, Shooting Stuff Australia apologises for Jason's mishap on all those months you've been waiting for a simple gun bag. So,
well, I'm sure he'll be a happy camper, and it's a 2-gun bag too, so he'll be able to put a couple of guns in there, tie them up, and it'll be a good one.
No, it sounds good. You can put his mighty Lithgow he's got in there. Oh, Chris, legendary. For the gun ammo fund and $10 for NSC tonight. Good stuff. Yeah, NSC are definitely doing well. We actually got some update news coming up very soon from what they've been doing. They've been doing basically everything that the other organisations haven't been doing, have they, Jason?
Hey, what was that? Say that part again. I was just reading the comments. So was it last time?
They've been doing everything that every other organisation hasn't been doing.
Yeah, it's been, it's been a tough couple of weeks, obviously, with, gun bans after gun bans. It does get a little bit annoying. you always think it's an impossible task sometimes to get a win. So we'll just hope for the best. But I mean, again, we're pushing, as we said before, we spoke about before, we're pushing, a bit of shit uphill. How do you beat the government, man? How do you beat the government? We're getting less politicians in parliament that are pro-firearm. The courts work for the government. What hope do we hope to have? But hopefully, man, I'm going to be made wrong, but we'll see. We've been doing this for 10 years, but we'll see.
Exactly. An epic fly. Thank you very much for the $20. G'day all. Love the content as usual. Fun for better streaming software and equipment. Well, we do want to get rid of the duck above Jason, but Jesus, it's like $450 US to get rid of it for a year. So we can put that to better use, the money, like replacing cameras that I shoot.
If we're earning like big money and doing it full time, it probably would have already been done. But it's a difficult industry to sort of get into and survive, and we've both got full-time jobs. So yeah, I wish we didn't have to work. Imagine if we didn't have to work, we could just shoot guns and hunt and film videos and do podcasts. Man, how awesome would that be?
I've got so many ideas for YouTube and stuff, but just impossible. I think just this country, man.
Here we go. I got a good one here. We always read the bad ones. Edward Foster. Here we go. I like this one. Jason is getting free publicity for his podcast on this live stream and then complains the super chats don't go him. What a grifter. Come on, man. I've given a lot of time to this show, man, over a whole year, man. Come on. Give me a little bit of credit, at least a little bit.
No, Jason does well. I got this on so I started this so he can promote his own podcast, which is awesome. I don't mind that at all. I tell him to promote it. I get pissed off when he doesn't promote it.
I think we've already done our both promotions anyway. You've been on my show, I've been on your show. It really is a mutual agreement.
It's been over 2 years I've been on your show. It's about time we did another one. Wasn't I the second biggest podcast you ever did?
You dropped down the list a bit. I was looking at it the other day. There was a few good ones. I was looking at it the other day. I can't remember. You're still on the list. I think you're in number 8. That's for the last 2 years anyway. Last 2 years.
It's time we did another one. Do you guys want to see me or hear me on Jason's show? Stick it down in the comments.
Yeah. Just we're not going to invite Edward on because Edward's been a bit rude, Edward's been a bit rude. I mean, sorry, we provide you with free content. We're sorry, we should know better.
Well, we actually do have a good comment from last week's video. I'll bring up a photo of it. It's quite funny. It's something we were talking about. So thank you very much, Custard Pie Cat, for the $5. And our friend Fulcrum, Ricochet, what are you? A police officer. So was Ricochet the one making the comment to you?
No. Which one? Just before?
Yeah.
No, that was my new mate Edward. Obviously a big fan. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He likes you more than me, obviously. What's a police officer? No, we no police officers here. That's for sure. We're just regular Joes. We're just regular people.
Yeah. Jason's got a normal job, and I'm a poor old tradesman, pumping it every day on job sites. So
exactly. Who's this one from?
Man work. Our friend Sterren. The guy who is going through court for saving his neighbour's life and being charged for it. So if you haven't heard the story, go back a few live streams and you'll hear the story about him. My town went into lockdown 12 hours before fireworks night. Why must they always ruin the fun? Also support the NSC. Yes, exactly. They always do it. But Queensland, our Premier, from what I've been hearing, was told days before the state of origin soccer match or whatever it is, that they had to cancel it because it'll be a super spreader. So they left it on and then brought the restrictions in the day after. They made $8 million from it, from some men kicking a ball around. How ridiculous is that?
If people think, if people think lockdowns are good, well, like our buddy said, the video we just mentioned before the show, we haven't really got much in common, people. If they think locking down's a good thing after 17 months, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. I mean, might not be better till 2030. Who the bloody hell knows?
Yeah, it's time it all ended. It's just bullshit. It really is.
Anyway, just to annoy Edward, as Peter said, can't find the AHP website. How do you listen to the stream? Nothing comes up when I click the link in the description, doesn't it? All right, I'll check that. It's australianhuntingpodcast.com.au. But if you just type it in, it comes up everywhere, like Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, you name it. It's everywhere, man.
Yeah, we use Podbean, I think, to listen to yours.
Yeah, Podbean, yeah.
Combat Kelpie, thank you very much for the super chat. Awesome 5-minute vids would be a good balance. Yeah, well, my normal vids are between 5 and 8 minutes. I try not to go over that normally when I do get the time to make them. But yeah, I find the shorts are quick and easy, and it's a bit of content for you guys. A few days after
I remember
we do
years
a stream.
ago you said to do that, and you used to go, "Nah, about 20 minutes is about right." Now you're singing my tune.
That was back when Marty was with us, and he did all the editing.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to he did a good job, but he used to use absolutely every bit of footage we filmed that day. Everything we filmed went into it. Where now I only use like half of it.
Someone just said here, did Aaron just say state of origin soccer match? Did you say soccer match?
Yeah, whatever it is. Men kicking a little bag of wind around, then going and jumping in the showers together. Yeah.
How good were those New South Welshmen, though, mate? Made you guys look just absolutely shocking. Like a bunch of just rednecks where your mum's your sister and all that sort of stuff.
I didn't even realise it was on at all until the next day.
Oh, yeah. That's all right. Well, after next one, 2 weeks' time, we're going to be, remember, tell people we're going to be on the Thursday. Like, we're moving it for 1 week back to Thursday.
Yeah. So you guys can watch the soccer match, cricket match, whatever. Men kicking a bag of wind around a field in little boy shorts. So, thank you very much, Epic Flyer. Aaron, give this to Jason. He should get paid for once. Well, he has received something. Quite a big something.
Yeah, Edward thinks I'm a grifter. I'm not worth anything, so
yeah,
not even $10.
Yeah. I paid him quite a bit and something. So
thank you, Epic Flyer. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Karen 999. Thank you very much. $5 for some hooks for Jason to hang his picture on the floor. Yeah.
It does on the back of it. That's actually a metal poster. I think I said it in one of the other streams. It's a metal poster, so it comes with some metal things you stick on the back of it, or you stick it on the wall. Then you stick the thing to the magnet. So yeah, it's a pretty good one. I can't remember. Displate is the company that makes them. They're pretty good. You can get pretty much anything on them. So there's a bunch of John Wick ones. You pretty much get anything you want. So you should check them out if you want one on a thin piece of metal.
Well, here's Chris in favour of you. I've sent many super chats intended for you, Jace. I'm sorry, Shooting Stuff Australia embezzles the money I sent you. Don't worry. Jason has been
I just do it for free. Helps me out sometimes with other things and, helps me out and stuff like that. So I guess, I can give him 1 hour a week, 1.5 hours a week. So,
And he's been compensated. Don't worry, guys. I'm not that bad.
Well, at least for both of us, it ends up to be about 10 cents an hour. It's not bad. It's pretty good money when you think about it.
Oh, yeah. You can almost retire on that. No question, but thank you very much, Stan Long Range Pensioner. He's a nice guy. I've talked to him before. And I think we got another super chat here. I'm very sorry if it...
Is that your phone?
Oh, it is. Sorry.
You should turn it on silent, mate. That is just rude to the listeners right now. Anyway, while we're having a look there, while you're doing that, should I do got to go through to people in the chat? That's what we should do. Let's go back to the top while you're...
Hang on, before we start, I do want to say hello to my mate's kids, Liv and Cooper. They are a couple of young, up-and-coming shooters. They're waiting to get their gun license when they get old enough, when they turn, I think, 11 or 12 years old. So hello to Cooper and Liv. And it was Liv's birthday a couple of days ago. Really nice kids. Got to catch up with their father and them the other night. It was really good. So hello to them. They watch the show each week, and we are actually going to do a video coming up talking about kids in the shooting community.
Yeah, no, very good. Yeah, always good to get young kids into the. Actually, I was on a hunt a couple of weeks ago in a forest, and you wouldn't believe it, middle of goddamn nowhere. This is in my next video, comes out on Sunday, and all of a sudden I'm there hunting, and I'm like, what the hell? A couple of kids just ride past on some bicycles in the middle of this state forest, and then I thought, oh, good, they're gone. Are they going to come back? And literally right on shooting light, these little buggers came back up, and literally one of them goes, oh, I'm tired. Can we just rest here? And it was like 50 meters from my hunting spot. It's like, really? But anyway, they're only kids.
Let's go through this last couple of super chats. Andy, for toilet paper, I know things are about to get about. I know a thing or two about lockdowns, so you're gonna need it. Thank you very much. Yeah, they went nuts on toilet paper up here last few days.
Like the average Australian, it's hoarding paper is just dumb. But the government caters, as I say, for the average, lowest common denominator, below average people. So what do? Who hoards toilet paper? Why would they? Why? It makes no sense. And
hello to Paul J. I haven't seen you on here before. Welcome. I'm sorry if I haven't seen you, but we get so many people on here. Thank you for the super chat. G'day from Can Cobbin, is it?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Where's Can Cobbin or Can Coben? Can Cobbin? I can't remember. Where is it? I'm not sure.
Let us know, Paul. And Peter, yes. Poor Jay's getting paid less than child workers in China. I think we both are.
Man. But you guys keep it going. You guys help out keep Aaron's channel going, and that's good. It just shows a bit of support. It's hard to get in this industry. It very much is. Whether it's podcasting or videos or whatever. It can be difficult at times, can't it? So it's
exactly. We do
a few bucks our way.
I do get asked quite a bit. What goes into making a gun review or a gun shooting video, and how much does it cost to keep the channel going and all that sort of stuff. So if you guys want to know about it, we can talk about it later on tonight, and let us know in the comments. And if we have time, we'll talk about it. I can tell you exactly. I've got nothing to hide. I'll tell you exactly how much things cost. Our friend JR, Aaron, this goes towards Jason's Triton setup. Hey, Jason, someone did watch your video.
Yep. I get so many questions. We spoke about this. I made a video on the Triton. I get so many questions on the videos that I make on the AHP Outdoors channel. Oh, how's the 12-volt setup? What do you do? What are you doing? What are you planning on doing? Do a video. I did the video, got like friggin' 500 views, 480. It's got, I think now, like it was just a failure, absolute utter failure. But and then you got to think about it, right? For 500, I probably filmed from 12 to 4 on Saturday, and then I edited about 4 hours on Saturday night and about 6 hours on Sunday just to make that video. So there's about 15 hours in that video. And then my hunting video, probably 5 days to film. 12 to 14 hours of solid editing, a whole day sitting in the computer. My ass gets so sore, I've got to get up and do it. It's crazy how it's the editing and the filming. You know that. I mean, look at some of the videos. You even remotely put effort into some type of editing. It is just crazy how long it takes, to get it out. Then you've got to label the videos. You've got to, if you're doing any color correction, and it's just insane. It really is.
Yes, exactly. Well, you're going to hate this, Jason. The video I got 2,000 views overnight in, I sat there on Sunday morning with a cup of coffee and did it in 10 minutes. Done.
Well, yeah, exactly. You never know, eh? Sometimes the most, not saying content, depending. You see a lot of stuff out there where I've watched a lot of stuff going, this is just crap, utter crap. There's nothing, not yours, obviously, just on general internet stuff, and mate, 1 million views. And I go, how on earth did this thing get 1 million views? It's windy and it's noisy and,
Or some chick just shaking her ass.
Anyway, I like to document my hunts, and I like to, I put it together for myself, really. I mean, it does help other people, of course, but there'll be burners outside the channel too, new people coming in to watch stuff. I mean, if you put something on your channel, for an example, that's maybe, partly shooting related, but outdoorsy, maybe the people that subscribe to the channel may not watch it, or a few may watch it. You know, you might not get good results, but then as that burns, you know, like reviews, as other people are coming in to see that, you know, that's when you really start building up the views from general public after a couple of months on, you know, those gun reviews that people want to find out about that gun or whatever it may be.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, sometimes you just can't pick what's going to be popular. You make a video, you think, oh, this is going to tank. You just know it when you're editing. Oh, it's not that great, and it goes off. And then you make a video. Oh, this is the one. Every video, this is the one. It's going to go viral, and it doesn't. And the ones you don't think are going to work actually work. So you just never know. It's just, I don't know. Well, I'm being shadow banned anyway. It's hard to get subscribers now. So do subscribe, guys, if you're new here, and check that you are still subscribed, because they are deleting people off my channel. So, and nothing comes up. Facebook's completely shadow banned me. I'm stuck on 21,000 followers for over, was it 4 or 5 years? Been stuck on the same amount of people, and Instagram's absolutely shafted me. So I'm getting it from everywhere, from all the social media crap. So thank you very much, Alex, for the camera fund, $30. Thank you very much. And they are coming in quite thick and strong. It's, make sure you put in a question so we can answer a question. And
let's go. You got two more. You missed out one there. Did you read that Paulo one?
I'm going back up. Yeah. Oh. Thanks, Matt, for the camera fund. Thank you very, very much.
Well done, Matt. I know Matt's a good guy. Let's just give this to Jace to get the AHP going on Twitch. Educate young gamers. Jace is a COD prestige master since Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, we do play a fair bit. I was owning with the LC10 last night, like getting 35, 40 kills in team deathmatch. It was absolutely epic. I was just slaying last night, man. Like, so I'd say I'm up there pretty decently. We play probably 3-4 nights a week for a couple of hours, so a bit of fun. I'll be playing after this stream at about 9 p.m. So on Xbox. So if anyone's coming, I'll let you know my username, and we can go. I don't do crossplay because it fucks the connection. So we just play Xbox users. So if you're an Xbox user, jump on Call of Duty. What is it called? Is it Cold War, the new one? Yeah, Cold War.
I don't know. I stopped playing it ages ago.
Bullshit. I've seen you on there. Aaron is playing in Verndask. I see it all the time, guys. He's full of shit. He used to tell me, right, before we get into this last one, he used to tell me, oh, man, baby's playing video games and all that. Then all of a sudden he comes home the next day, he's got a PlayStation, Call of Duty. Oh, are you on? Do you want to play? Yeah, exactly. You know it. I
hardly play it anymore. But Jason, it's nothing to be proud of, a 40-year-old man beating a 10-year-old kid.
You're 50 and you're playing it. It was 50 and you're playing it. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's go. We've got to read out. We're losing time. Let's go. We're off track. Come on, man.
Alrighty. Combat, Kelpie, question. How worried should I be with the Berica Black Ops and MH12 in Queensland? Should I sell them? Don't sell them. Well, I can. Or am I fine for now? I think you're fine for now, but don't hold me to it. But we don't have appearance laws in Queensland, and these are all being banned in the states with appearance laws. So right now, I think you're going to be safe. As we know, Queensland isn't as bad as most of the other states. So yeah, don't go and sell your guns yet.
I'll put the devil's advocate on that. I mean, anyone that thinks they've not banned gel blasters and all these guns in other states, that they're not going to come to Queensland, I think you're kidding yourself. I mean, it's only a matter of time. Might not be now, might not be next year, but within a couple, 2 to 3 years, they'll be banning all these guns around Australia. So don't give it up, obviously, now. Just, you wait until something happens. But, all the gun bans we've spoken about the last, 6 to 12 months, mate, it's only a matter of time before these governments start. They've already started on gel blasters. You've seen it in WA, Victoria, New South Wales. Is it in Victoria? I can't remember. Gel blasters in Victoria. Have they banned them too?
Yeah, I think they're everywhere now, apart from Queensland. You can still use them in your backyard in Queensland.
I'm at Northern Territory. I'm not sure. We'll have to go back through that. But anyway, let's read out the people. Man, we've been having a good time, just having a bit of a laugh. We wanted to lighten the mood a bit tonight, have a bit of a laugh. That's what we decided before the show. So Chris Legendary, he's joining us again. He's one of the first super chatters, I think. Aussie Rumpig, I like that one. Ben Taz, Epic Flyer, Ropes by Psycho. S.A. Feral Shooter is actually a nice fella too. He's got to check out his YouTube channel. He busts a few rabbits and stuff like that, and we comment on each other's stuff, and very, very good guy. So check him out, SA Feral Shooter, I guess, from South Australia. Peter Telford, Tasmania Outdoor Lifestyle and Preparedness. Liam Cumbo, Combat Kelpie. I like that one. Front Toward Enemy, like that one too. Mr. Wonderful, Farmer Dave, Paulo 84, Aaron Johnson again, more regulars. Griffo 117, JR, Overland and 4x4 Australia. Oh, we got Kieran 1999. Of course, our buddy Chris Miller in Victoria. We're going to shoot all his deer. So, mate, now that I've sent you the bag, we're going to have to shoot all your deer. So, Redneck Rumbler. We've got just a few more regulars there that I've already read out. Harps 666. I'll even give our shout out to our grifting buddy Edward Foster for his bad comment. Give him a shout out too. Rod Corrigan. We've got, sorry, I'm just trying to go through more of them. Andy Pandy. I love it. Big brain game time. Colin Penfold, another one of our regulars. Rob's Woodworking, another regular. Nick Blackwell, another regular. Brody's Dirt Life. Hey, Brody, welcome to the stream. JD, Cliff Lee, Peter Robertson, Fox 860, Matt Rumsey, another regular. Horto, Peter from the NSC. We've got Andrew McKindo. Who else we got? Gabrielle, DiBiase. I'm going to say DiBiase. I think so. That sounds pretty good. We've got Josh D. We've also got Captain Caveman, Steve Balakas or Balakas. You got to let us know what is it, Balakas or Balakas? I hate getting people's names wrong. Who else we got? Of course, our buddy Andy 1234777, aka Daniel Andrews. And did you guys see his story on the thing with his missus on TV? How funny how he can recollect everything to do with his back accident, but he can't recollect hotel quarantine. Amazing, really. Chopper 73. We've got, just scrolling down, Mika Steve. I think Rose was in the chat. Rose 123. Joe Morgan, Mr. 3030. Oh, there's Rose 123. I knew I'd find her somewhere down here. Mika Steve, I think already read that out. Rod Corrigan may have already read that out too. Yeah, he's Thomas Wackarau or Wackaroo. I'm going to go Wackarau. He's back in the stream. The Branch Covidian's back as well. Phil Walter, Custard the Piecat. Craig Cumberland. Oh, our buddy, here we go. Tech Support. Tech Support is back in the stream. Yeah. Welcome back, Tech Support. Tactical Bacon. Huh?
He must be on a lunch break.
Yeah, from his 14-hour shift, 16-hour shift. Bagara HMR operator, another regular to our show. Snake the Peg. Who else we got? We've got Tech Support. Already read that. Ram 2's back. Dirty Dog 288's back. Yeah, Andy D already read those. So, yeah, welcome everyone back to the show. If I've forgotten anyone, Lockie McFarlane and Matt's 308 Outdoors Adventure, welcome. Yeah, so sorry if I've missed anyone, guys. I just had to scroll down and just have a look. A lot of people. Zach Hunt as well is back for our chat. Welcome, Zach. Yeah, good shit. Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to give you a shout out because it's the least we can do for people that are tuning into the stream.
Yep, exactly. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And we want to thank for tonight's sponsors and guys who are bringing the show to you. And that is the NSC, the National Shooting Council. Thank you very much to them. Make sure you go down and find their website and their Facebook link in the description. They are a genuine reason. So when the other users organisations memberships are up, you can join them and they will give you the reason if you're in Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland so far for your gun licence. And we'd also like to thank OSA, importers of a lot of good brands like Zeiss, Mauser, Sauer, Hornady, Sierra, and many more. Go and have a look at their website at what they bring in. They have been long-time supporters of the show, and they are definitely good friends of shooters. So thank you very much for the two guys bringing this episode to you guys. Jason.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to say something else. I didn't know. I don't speak. We get the siren out, and then when I don't speak, he just cuts himself off and then makes me talk. You just can't win, can you guys? You just can't win. I said no siren tonight, and here we go. So I'm just reading a few of the comments. Anyway, let's get into our topic of discussion. Anyway, it's 8 o'clock, so that's our normal topic of discussion time frame. And
I'll bring this first one up. This is a bit funny. We'll bring this one up first because it won't Won't take long. Now, Jason, as you remember, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch last week's show. It was a big show, and you'll see Jason absolutely losing the plot. He went off on a massive tirade and got extremely angry. So it was.
Who did, me?
Yeah, you were starting to lose it.
When?
Yeah.
What did I say? What was it about?
About the guys right in the beginning talking about the tell us what guns banned. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah. Were they the ones that were saying, well, the MH12, well, who cares about the ban? Was that right? Was that them?
This is what this comment's about. But no, you were going off about everyone asking about it. So if you want to see Jason,
I love the negative ones. Let's get into it.
If you want to see Jason losing the plot, go back. It's near the beginning. Go back and watch it. So it was quite
losing the plot. All right, let's see it. Let's see it.
So this guy laid this comment, Mr. Fatty Fat Boy. I didn't ban him because I hope this dickhead's on here right now. I used to have an M1 semi-auto, and was reluctant to hand it in. Now I am all for the gun bans on semi-auto. So these are definitely the sort of shooters we don't want, and this is definitely the sort of people we don't want in our live stream or on any of our channels. So that's one of the dumbest things. So it looks like as I said on Facebook, it looks like he handed in his balls as well as his man card and his semi-auto. So what an absolute loser in life this guy is. So he was commenting on last week's video about the gun bans. So what do you guys think of him?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. This was the same attitude as. Sorry to say, I know some of them were joking, but I'm talking about the ones that weren't joking. They know who they are, but that was the same attitude. Well, I don't have the gun, so I don't really care if they ban it. Well, that's the attitude. You just got, you've probably been listening to a few pro-gun parties that no longer support semi-autos. Probably involved with one of those parties, I would assume, that don't, that basically just the Nationals 2.0 at this point. But yeah, I don't see why or how this helps anyone. This, if you're not fighting, we're losing. And we always say in the stream, don't we, Aaron? We always say, what do we say? Actually, I've gone blank now, but that if you're constantly wanting these bans, I mean, they are going to come after the other guns, and this whole status quo thing. People, wanting status quo. Well, we've clearly seen that's not happening. We've clearly seen that's not happening. We status quo. We're losing more and more guns. We've reported on it. You guys have seen that from the the NSCs, ones that fighting some of those bans in New South Wales, Victoria with the Seymour shotgun, in WA with some of those. What was that gun you had, Aaron? That little 9mm. What was that? Is that the CZ?
No. I think they're talking about the CZ. That was the Ruger Charger PC9.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Ruger Charger PC9. So I love hearing, and I literally heard that from someone I know quite well only about a week or so ago. We've got to keep what we have, and if it wasn't for the pro-gun parties, we wouldn't have any guns. Well, you've seen basically zero representation in Queensland from people that actually have any power over the government, and they haven't banned the guns. And probably, it's still shit in Queensland, but it's the less shit of the shit around Australia. So again, when they say pro-gun parties have stopped them taking your guns. Well, why is New South Wales worse than Queensland? Why is Victoria worse than Queensland? Why is South Australia worse than Queensland? Why is WA worse than any? And they had representation over there up until probably 4 months ago. So again, doesn't really add up when you actually start looking into the meat and potatoes of the situation.
Yeah, there's a lot of negative comments here I've been bringing up. There are dozens, and that's only just a few of them I've been bringing up. So, that's the sort of guy we were talking about last week. And I even said, if you support any form of gun bans in any way or form, just go hand your guns in, because the shooting community does not need you and does not like you and does not want you at all. You're just worthless people, and you're worthless to our cause, and you're a part of the problem, and definitely will never be a part of the solution.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one here, actually, if I can. I'm just trying to, how do I get to I got one today, was it today or yesterday, from someone in the chat, having a go at me. He got a bit uppity. I mean, I did I did give him a little bit of curry over his comments, but you take over for a sec. I'm just trying to find it. Read out some comments. I'm just trying to find how I get to my, because he's requested to chat to me and I've not responded, but it's quite funny what I wrote. But yeah, we'll go from there. Just you take it over.
Yeah, well, thank you, Tech Guns. Hello, guys from the US. Much love. Whereabouts in the US are you, Tech? Are you in one of your freedom states or in the blue state, or whereabouts are you? We got a lot of friends over there, and a lot of Americans actually watch us over, watch this channel from over there. And how did you find out about us? It also was a good thing. I was interested to see how the overseas people find out about the channel. Combat Galpy, I'm all for the ban on Mick Fatty. Exactly, but I didn't ban him because I wanted him to be here. And hopefully he's here tonight so he knows what a dickhead he really is and what people think of him. So here's Tech. He's in the Midwest and it's 6 a.m. Must be getting up. Time to go to work. I'm just going
to go on see if I can find it on my, because it seems to be easier to get it on my app. How do you get to the message request one? God damn. I wish that Facebook would make this easier instead of difficult.
Thank you very much. Insulty. Well said, Aaron. Yeah, well, I'm very passionate about our gun rights. I don't want to see them taken away from us anymore. And I want to see us returning them, because there's also still noises being made about trying to punish, I guess that's all I can think of, Category D holders in New South Wales. The pest controllers, for overseas viewers, Category D here is semi-autos that basically the average person can't get. There's about 500 odd plus in New South Wales that hold them. A lot of them are landowners, primary producers, and professional shooters. So there's still talk about that around the shooting industry of them wanting to get rid of that in New South Wales. And I don't want to see that, even though I can't have them. I've got to go overseas to shoot those guns, or just have fond memories of growing up in New Zealand, being able to shoot them on 5 acres, AR-15s and AKs and that sort of thing. Pump action shotguns. Everyone had a pump action shotgun. We used to shoot them on just on a few acres. We were allowed to do that back in the day where we were.
All right, here we go. I've found part of it. I probably was a bit rude, you know what I mean? But I'll show you anyway. Hang on a sec, Aaron. See if we can. Let's see if we can go into it. I'm just trying to find the actual comment. Oh, looks like maybe. Oh yeah, it's been deleted, I think. Oh yeah. That's all right. It was in the Australian. I'll put it up on the screen first. I'll put it up. Give me a sec. I'm just going to share the screen. Share screen. The Chrome tab, Facebook. Here we go. All right. Let me know when you bring it up.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So at the top here. So this is about the. It's not about guns. WA gel blasters. So Ernest Tobias Harker. He goes, simple solution. Don't make them look like real firearms. Right. So I said. I know that the comment is still there. Actually, I feel bad, but anyway, let me go to the main one. Where is it here? I think it's time. So I said, Tom, he's a friend of mine. He runs the page. A really nice guy, Tom. I go, I think it's time to punt this Ernest Tobias Harker clown. Clearly not a fan of gun or gel blasters. So then he had a bit of a go at me in one of the comments up here, and then I'm just trying to bring it up, guys. It's hilarious. Right. And so he said, they didn't look like real guns. So, obviously, as you normally do, you ask him a few questions, about why you're saying this sort of thing. Anyway, I'm just trying to find out what's going on with Facebook tonight. Why is it weird?
I don't know.
Here we go. This is where really I said it. So he had a go at me. Hang on. What?
I really hope that's out of focus and just not me.
Oh, sorry. I'll just read it to you anyway. So he said to me, so I said, Ernest Tobias Harker also can't figure out why your missus looks like a bloke. Same as gel blasters, hey? Looks like a bloke, but might actually be a woman. I thought that was funny. So this guy got pretty upset with me, apparently. So he sent me a message. Let me just get rid of that off the screen for you. So he obviously got a bit cut. It probably was a bit below the belt, but he said, I already left the gun right page by choice. I'm an avid shooter. I just don't need my guns to make me feel like a big man. The page is full of trumped up wannabe heroes, and half the shit posts it is conspiracy crap. Well, okay, well, I think it's pretty reasonable stuff. But anyway, honestly, the page gives firearms owners a bad name and demonstrates exactly why we need good laws, apparently coming from a shooter. So then I said his missus looked like a bloke, and then he got really upset. He goes, "You are a repugnant piece of shit. How dare you be rude about my missus? Guarantee you wouldn't have the balls to say this to my face, you spineless maggot." I thought, oh, she's getting a bit harsh now. He goes, "You obviously are a scared little boy, hence every gun in every second photo. Guns don't make you a man, boy. It's because of the scumbags like you that we need tight gun laws." Here we go. I knew there was a point to this. "Go back to where you came from with your loose laws and high gun crime, you Seppo scumbag." I thought, I just didn't respond, but there it is. There's the little comments from Mr. Harker, Mr. Ernest Tobias Harker. I mean, who names their kid Ernest anyway? Come on. Ernest, really.
Yeah, he's doomed from day one.
Doomed from day one. So that was it. I probably shouldn't have said that. Probably was a little bit cold, but, she kind of looked like a bloke. I just thought, what's going on here? It's weird, I don't tend to, date chicks that look like blokes,
Oh, when it comes to anti-gunners, he's not he's not pro-gunner in the slightest. The gloves are off. I don't care what you say to them myself. They get what
I just can't believe guys in the shooting community think after all the gun bans, like somehow this is going to get better by saying you need strong laws. It's just lunacy. But again, like I said, the government caters for the lowest common average denominator, which is most of Australia, and most of them probably below average, man. So that's what we have to. I think it was a fair call. I said, looks like a gel blaster, but not a gel blaster. Like it looks like a woman, but kind of looks like a bloke. Same thing, eh? We're not sure. What do we do? I don't know.
No, exactly. The dickheads in the shooting community just, it amazes me. It even amazes me what comes out of some of the importers' mouths as well.
I know the guy that runs the Australian Gun Rights channel, top right, real good fella too, real knowledgeable, real good on laws, freedom, really good. Definitely not one of your average bozos. Tommy is really, really nice guy, very, very knowledgeable, knows what's going on, keeps himself in the loop, and very, very good in that respect. So,
yeah. So, UTAS Woodwood, thank you very much. I have a question. Will the New South Wales government ban 4x4 cars in the next 3 months as same as guns because the government guys scared? Well, they have so many. That's what I can't understand in this country. The restrictions on 4-wheel drives. Can't do this, can't do that, can't lift it, can't have these tires. Oh, you can't have that roll bar, you can't have that winch. You can't have your light bars above your, in some states, above your, on top of your, your bull bar. It's just endless. They've banned a lot of stuff for 4-wheel drives. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Taxes, high property prices, high food costs. I mean, are we really the lucky country anymore? I just don't think we are. I mean, I think we've really lost that. And it's sad. It really is, guys. Let us know in the comments. You think Australia is the lucky country? Some of you people in the chat are probably be older than me and Aaron, some of the guys. So some of you older guys or girls, let us know what you think. Are we the same as we used to be? I remember maybe the late 80s when it was probably really good. I was only about 8 or 9. I was born in 81, but are we really the lucky country anymore? Is this the country our forefathers ran up beaches and got slaughtered for all this woke crap these days? I mean, it's just I think they'd be rolling over in their bloody graves, mate. That's why I used to be in the army. You guys know that, but I wouldn't fight for this government if they paid me unless we were forced to, because this is how they treat their citizens and this is how they treat their returned servicemen as well. Terribly.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got a few stories about the returned servicemen that have been injured that I've talked to because I support the injured vets and all that sort of stuff. And it's just horrific what the government just wiped their hands on them. Send the young guys to war. As soon as they get injured, they're no use to the government. Let's get rid of them. Don't support them. It's absolutely disgusting.
And let's not the issues with some police and some returned servicemen that have had their guns taken off them for certain reasons, not their fault. Like absolutely no respect from police or no respect from the government to our personnel that serve this country. It's just, I mean, Acme Firearms said the same thing. I fought for my country hard too. Never again. Yeah, think it's mad, mate. These people don't care about our vets and so, like while we're trying to, get fund. One of them, we did run a campaign. I think we did for one of them, didn't we? Something happened with the police and got his guns back, trying to get his guns back, and while the government just dumped him. It's just terrible, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's for sure. And it's over in the US as well. You look at one of the YouTubers. I'm not going to say who it is, but one of the YouTubers I know quite well. He fought in Afghanistan and Iraq, and he said he would, if he knew what he knew now, he wouldn't do it. They should never have been there. He's been out of the military for 15 odd years, I think, or more. And he said, yeah, you're all gung-ho when you go there, especially after 9/11. When you think about it now, we should never have been there. Total waste of time, money, and people's lives.
And let's not forget what I want to be clear about what I'm saying. It's the people in there, generally the rank and file, mate, are great. Most of them are great. It's when you start getting up into the higher echelons where they just want to stay, like employment pretty much, isn't it, really, where you get the high echelon people, they don't care about anything other than keeping their job and looking good. Most of the rank and file guys, I've still got great friends that I was in the army with. I still talk to them now some 20 years later. So, it's good. It's good the people you do meet and stuff like that. When you start getting to government levels and politics and, mate, it's an absolute bloody shit fight. That's why me and Aaron have totally gone, okay, we talk about this sort of stuff, but, politics and the government, just the scourge of not only the general community, but also the shooting community. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the politicians definitely give Australia a bad name, that's for sure. Okay, we'll answer this question, then we will get into tonight's topic, almost an hour into it. Very sorry, guys, but once again, we got sidetracked, but you guys expect that and know that. It's just what happens. Thank you, Epic Flyer. A majority of Australians thought firearms were completely banned in Australia. They become surprised whenever I mention about firearm ownership. And I agree totally. A lot of people do think we can't have guns, or you got to be some special person to be able to get a gun, like a special interest of a person. But no, any of you guys out there who don't have guns can get guns if you're not a criminal.
Yeah, and Bagara HMR operator said they'd look for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and in brackets, he's got oil.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Basically, what he said, why they were over there in the US military. Very clear. Well, a bit of a glitch on the screen there. We are now being tracked by the military, I guess.
I thought it was you. People are spying on us. Tasmanian Natural Lifestyle and Preparedness says, I can't have a semi-auto, but the Crims can.
Exactly.
That's true also. Don't worry about shooters, getting guns off the street. They find some guns, but, mate, the best hundreds of thousands they don't know about. I mean, they only find them when they come in contact with a Crim, just purely by luck, purely by chance. No other reason. They might pick up a shipment here or there, just like drugs. Look at us, look at Border Force, shaking their hands with a bit of some drugs on a trolley, but yet millions and millions and millions of kilos of drugs get through to get all year and have for the last 40 years. Same as guns, same as anything that's banned. It's all just a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a PR stunt to say, look, we found some drugs, man. We found some guns, but what about the ones they didn't find, the hundreds of thousands that are out there?
Yeah, look at us. We're really special. We're good. We're working for you guys. What a load of shit it really is. The whole lot.
Well, Phil Walter said the same thing too. The Australian shooter is the next endangered species. Probably. We've said this. Unless some serious changes are made and soon to these existing laws, we'll probably give it 10 to 15 years, and we're probably going to be struggling. To have certain types of firearms that are what we've got now. Probably much worse. Half of what we've got now. Maybe a lot less than what we've got now. Who knows? Maybe just bolt actions. They get rid of the rest. Who knows? And then when they come to the bolt actions, to take them off us too.
Yep, exactly. Neil, he talks about when I bought my first gun in the 70s, you could walk down the street. Exactly. Used to get it, and sometimes used to wrap it up in a brown paper, like the butcher's paper. They used to wrap it up in.
And if you're a good person, though, I was thinking one thing. If you're a good person, just imagine this. We pay the government to tell us what's banned and not banned for your own good. Like, think of that, We pay the money for them to tell us what we can and can't have, that, and when we're actually good, law-abiding citizens. Like, what does it matter? People go, oh, what do you want, a bazooka? I don't get, if a bazooka is in the hand of a good person, they're not going to use a bazooka for bad things, are they?
Exactly. You've seen it
You know?
so many times. These idiots running around or driving around, just mowing people down in the middle of like what happened not long ago in, I think it was the Melbourne CBD. And he wiped out a poor family and a baby and doing donuts, and nothing happened. If there was a concealed carry person, they could have stopped them. The police couldn't stop him. And didn't he kill several people, including a baby or something?
Where
And
was that one? I can't remember. I know it was a couple
down in
of
Melbourne a couple of years ago, just doing donuts and
Oh,
running
yeah.
people over. Yeah.
That was around the middle of the street, wasn't it? Down on, what's the street called again? You guys from Melbourne will know what the street was called. Burke Street. Was it Burke Street?
Yeah,
Just mowing people down.
Yeah, and people, and all they did was stand there and film it. If there was concealed carry people, someone could, because he wasn't driving fast, they could have just walked up to the car. I think someone did walk up to the car and try and stop him.
Was that
could
the
have been
same one
over.
with the trolley guy? Was that the one with the trolley guy where he started ramming him with the Woolworths trolley and kept the distance between him? And was that the same one or was it a different one?
No, that was the guy that stabbed the prostitute and then walked down the street. And they stopped him with the milk crate, the self-defense milk crate.
Yeah, Burke Street Mall. That's what a couple of the guys are saying. Yeah, Burke Street Mall. That was the one. Yeah. Well, if only they just tackled them like they did gun owners, we'd probably be a lot better off.
Yep. And here's Rose. She's totally right. Half the people at the gun range think you don't need semi-autos, which is totally true. I've encountered that when I've been at gun ranges in the past. The old timers, especially. I've told the story a while ago. Had the old timer. No one should ever be allowed to own any bolt action above a 223 at all. That should nothing. And he goes, no one needs anything bigger than 223 to target shoot, but to paper at a range. And I said, well, most people don't want to target shoot at a range. They want to go hunting. Oh no, hunting should be banned. You shouldn't be able to hunt. That should be professional people only should be allowed to hunt, and they should not have anything bigger than a 308. He said. And I said, well, did you ever have any semi-autos? Oh, I had lots of semi-autos. I loved them back in the day, but now people can't be trusted. And that was his whole defense. Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise us, man. With them, and you know what, people that are watching this stream too, if you hear people talking like that, just make fun of them. Even if you don't know them, just say you're an idiot and just start laughing at them for the idiots they are. Like I said, they're the shooters, the lowest form of common denominator shooter that just don't get it. They just don't get it whatsoever, and most likely never will get it. So you just don't waste your time on them. Just laugh at them, call them idiots, retards, whatever. Have a laugh at them, and then just walk away, just out of pure disgust, because that's the disdain they deserve.
Yep, exactly. So, geez, we've got more super chats. I'm trying to start the article here.
It's been good. And while they're doing that, they can give the video a thumbs up while Aaron's going through the super chats.
Exactly. UTAS, we need to fight for illegal firearms ownership, property rights as we fight China, communism in Australia. Oh, yeah. What would happen if they decided one day, let's just put boots on the ground? We'll be overwhelmed in a matter of hours. Mate, but by lunchtime, we'd be speaking Chinese. I tell you what, and having bloody stir fry for lunch. That's what we'd be doing. If the Chinese ever put boots on the ground here, because there's no way our military. There's an article years ago I saw that we only have enough munitions and military to defend 20 kilometres of beachfront for 20 minutes. Jesus, we'll all be cooking stir fries and and they're chanting to the CCP by lunchtime. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, well, some people, I know guys that have happened to us. We've spoken about guys that have just packed up stumps and said, I'll take my money, my taxes and my business elsewhere out of the country. Other countries where it's just better to live. It's just better to live. That's subjective to a lot of people. And our buddy's back again here makes an interesting point. Just trying to find it here. Where'd it go? It's down. It's disappeared. Bloody thing. It always happens to me. It disappears. Edward's back again. Australia's some of the highest gross national income in the world. Yeah, but it has the highest prices. I mean, who here's got a home? Who can afford a home these days? Your young kids growing up. Who's going to afford a home? Massive taxes on capital gains. Australia's not what it used to be, man. That's just a fact of life. I mean, again, and the government tells you what you can and can't do, when to shit, when to piss, when you can do something, when you can't do something. I mean, it's not the country that it used to be. I love the country like most of us do, but that's just a sad reality of the last probably 20 years, that it really has gone downhill, and people should see that. People can see that, with taxes, with governments getting out of control. I mean, it's not just about, people love, don't they, coming over here to this country, pay your taxes, shut up. If you don't do anything, that's remotely outside the box, like shooting or fireworks and all these things are banned. If you're just like sitting at home on your Quincer in your garage, yeah, probably a great country for you. Yeah, sure. But if you want to do stuff outside the norm, this is not the country for us guys that like to have a bit of fun because the government don't trust you.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been lever action 12 gauge changing to Cat C for what reason? I think they tried this a while ago, didn't they? Some of the 10 rounders, weren't they? If you had a 10-round lever action shotgun, they went to Cat C, but 5 rounds in the tube was okay because those extra 5 rounds turned you into a maniac, apparently.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of it, you were talking about just a while ago too. I interviewed a guy ages ago too. Same thing. I mean, a lot of our, elderly folk that are on, may not have had great supers or are older, they're on pensions. They can't afford to shoot. So really sad that it's discounted a lot of people out the sport. We've got, some companies aren't, some companies are putting their prices up during a pandemic again. I mean, 15%. Fuck Jesus. You know what I mean? Like, those people should, and we will, once we get actual confirmation, we'll start naming and shaming some of these arsehole companies, because at the end of the day, how can you be putting money on people who don't have jobs? The dollar will get better. Are your prices going to come down? If they're not going to come down, you deserve to be shamed.
Well, there's about to be a massive price rise. We talked about it last week. Massive price rise in the shooting community on basically everything. So, guys, get out there and buy what you want to buy now, because, man, you're going to be paying through the nose, from what I've been hearing, for primers and powders and everything, brass, guns. Everything's going to be going up. My supplier for my steel framing has just jumped up 18.1%. I got an email the other day. 18% in one go. They're going to hike our price of framing up. It's just ridiculous. Like, it's going to be impossible for me to win jobs because of the high prices. It's just getting out of hand. And on top of that, I've got to pay stupid license fees for a license just to be able to go to work. And it's just killing us, the building industry up here. It's just, mad, absolutely mad.
Anyway, let's start. The super chat's done. Oh, another one.
Yeah.
We've only got 25 minutes, man. We've got to get started. Let's go.
Yeah, we UTAS again. We need to fight our
Same
legal
one.
firearms.
You've already read it.
Okay, well, we've got more down. Oh, okay, we've got more down here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, no, that's they're all gone. Oh, this is one I was looking for. Combat Kelpie, UTAS. You mean China or West Taiwan? Oh, the Chinese overlords won't like that, calling them Taiwan.
They might be watching this stream. All right, let's go. Let's get into it if you haven't got any more.
No, we'll get into it right now. Okay, so the Australia's dumbest gun law. Now, that's got to be the appearance laws. All our laws are stupid, don't get me wrong, and they should all be gone if you ask me. But the worst is the appearance law. So if a gun here in Australia looks like a machine gun, it is a machine gun. I remember a few years ago in Western Australia, they even banned an air rifle because it had a Picatinny rail on it. So I've heard lots of different stories from importers how they do it. I don't know if it's true or not, but one of them is they hold a picture up of the firearm up to a picture of an M4 machine gun, military machine gun. If it looks similar, it's banned. That's it. It's just gone. So that's one of their real harebrained ideas about it, from what I've been told. And we have here.
What do you got there?
Here, well, if I can bring it up. Oh, there we go. This is from the NSC. They tried to get hold. This is the lady responsible for appearance laws. So her name is Karen, of course. Karen Andrews, two of the worst names you could ever have. Daniel, I wonder if she's in relation to Daniel Andrews.
That's got to be a joke, hasn't it? Karen Andrews. It really has to be a bad, bad joke.
You couldn't get any worse than this one. So Karen here decided that we'll have, somehow she managed to push through these appearance laws. I'm not sure what state she's in. I think she is in New South Wales. She's a Minister of Home Affairs.
That's federal, isn't it? So Home Affairs.
Federal. Yes, federal. Yes, she's a federal leech. So she brought in these, implemented apparently, and the NSC asked her about why she did it and wanted more information, and she didn't answer them. You can find this on their website. So it's a bit of a long story to wait go about through it all, but there is one thing down here. So they say readers might recall our previous article. We revealed reasons for respective police ministers gave for having their laws, which are the National Firearms Agreement. The explanations were based on things that could, may, or have potential to happen, and an assumption rather than instances. So it goes on, and they talk about, can you please prove what has happened? Show these instances that have happened, because they said that obviously they're lying and they can't show any arrests or any situations where the guns have been military looking and all that sort of thing for an arrest. So it just talks about that mainly, and so basically been caught out. Here they go, the federal instances that they could say there was a strong policy for the retention of appearance-based firearms control. There have been numerous instances across Australia of firearms and substantially the same appearance as full automatic firearms used in aggressive incidences, resulting on public alarm and the risk to the community's safety. When they are asked to provide these instances, they did not have them and could not provide anything whatsoever. And it goes into it here that they asked them on the May 17th about when was it, what are these instances, and they couldn't give them any answer because they were bullshitting. So basically, a gun law, no surprise, built on pure lies.
Yep. Well, they're politicians, mate. They're politicians. They're the lowest of the low. I mean, they don't actually provide any evidence. All they do is just, exert their authority over you, make up, when you make up cockamamie stories and no one, with no evidence, and you can't really question them, can you? You question them, they just don't respond. So, again, just, it's why we keep saying politicians are just the scourge of the community, all of them, pro-gun or otherwise. Just all they are is part of the system, wanting to be re-elected and making 180 plus K a year. That's all it's about. Nothing more, nothing. And then getting their mates to take over so they can pay them as well.
Well, I've never heard of this, Karen, and I had never known how these laws came about. So without the NSC out there writing articles and explaining this, I'm pretty sure 99% of people wouldn't have known about Karen out there doing this to shooters. I've never really known how these laws came about until I read this story.
And would people care? Very good one here from just trying to find it again. Yeah, Peter Robertson said, I personally don't think a semi-auto or pointed at me would be any more scary than a bolt action. They're just fear-mongering. Exactly. You know what I mean? And she wouldn't know the first thing about guns or how they work, this chick. I mean, who used to be in the portfolio was Peter Dutton. Same thing. These guys are all pretend conservatives. That's why Scott Morrison is doing jack shit about any of this stuff that's happening in the States, because he's seen McGowan get re-elected on closed borders. He's seen Palaszczuk get voted in on closed borders. So he's again trying to ride the wave of success and loves these lockdowns just as much as anyone else. It's all about political expediency and, being re-elected. So he's seen the benefits of having lockdowns and not letting people out of the country or in the country. So, he's just as bad as they are. I mean, at the end of the day, Liberals just like Labor anyway, so probably not as bad per se, but yeah, pretty bad. Like, I mean, Labor's 100% bad, Liberals 99% bad.
Yeah, exactly. And Chris Miller says she looks like she has a lot of cats and a single bedroom flat. Exactly. Or if she's married, 2 separate single beds. Yep. No, she definitely looks like. I know. So that's definitely the dumbest law. How look at the MH12 that was banned in New South Wales last week. So when they banned it, what military? Tell me and show me what military rifle looks like the MH12, a double barrel straight pull shotgun. Tell me, what does that look like to be banned under appearance laws? There is nothing. Nothing. No military uses anything remotely like that.
Yeah, well, exactly. So, Matt, is anyone surprised that politicians are trying to ban guns? I mean, you can fight them in court, but I still wonder whether, again, courts are paid by the government, which is basically politicians. So courts are paid to assume courts are going to be independent. I mean, you saw it with the lockdown with the High Court, people challenging the lockdowns in Victoria. Do you think a judge is going to go out on a whim to go against the government in Victoria when he's being paid by the government? Nah, never going to happen, mate. You think one judge sitting behind a desk is going to take the high ground against the whole entire government and not suffer from political pressure? Come on, man. The courts are paid by the government, same as the ombudsmans, all of them. It's all just a big game. It's all just a big game.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you can vote for politicians all you like. You can vote for pro-gun ones. You can vote for the ones that, some of the people originally came in with good intentions, but, eventually they don't have good intentions. They don't at all. They just want to, more power over you and tell you what to do. You pay them to screw you over and tell you what to do. It's just madness, really, isn't it?
Yep, exactly. And Rob's right. What experience in firearms do these useless politicians have? Absolutely nothing. Does this thing here, never forget that face. This is why you're losing guns, is because of this swamp creature. Why? What experience does she have to say we need to ban guns? What?
She might be re-elected. That's it. She wants to get re-elected. Yeah. She's saying what's popular. I mean, politicians, they're scumbags, all of them, every single last one of them.
Yeah, get back to the swamp. No one needs you or cares about you, Karen.
And that's what I don't understand. Even people, they're going to vote. Okay, fine, you've got to vote, right? But again, don't give your votes to the major parties. Hence why the major vote party vote has been declining for about 10 or 15 years, and maybe even longer. People are just starting to move away from them and just had enough of them. But again, the average dumb Australian keeps voting Labor and Liberal and the Nationals, and we're in the same boat yet again. I mean, the people in Queensland and WA are now complaining. Well, you got the government you voted for, which was McGowan and Parler. If you don't want that, you shouldn't have voted for them. I mean, at the end of the day, you got what you voted for. Same as us. Gladys is no different in New South Wales. Another pretend conservative that, we're right wing. Right wing? Shit, you're not even left of centre, at best, left of centre at best, let alone right wing.
Yeah, exactly. And the king of them all is Daniel Andrews.
Oh, mate, if he, you know what? Hey, what do you think? Hey, let us know in the comments. This is a fantastic one for just people around the country. It doesn't have to be Victorians. I'm saying no, but now more I think about it, I reckon Daniel Andrews will be re-elected at the next election. I could be wrong, right? But it's our duty for you guys to tell your whole family members, if you're in Victoria, do not vote for that arsehole at any circumstance, right? But do you think he'll be elected in 2023? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments if you think Daniel Andrews will be re-elected.
Yeah, he needed his full nearer to the I think he needed his accident nearer to the election time to get the sympathy vote. So I reckon. I don't think he will be. I think if he carries on with this shit, they're going to be people are going to. They can't carry on much longer with all this COVID crap. It's just that simple. People will just turn off. But they're going to end this COVID stuff sooner than later, and people have short memories, and they're going to forget about all this if it goes back to normal. Say by the end of the year. And he's still got 2 more years. Are they going to have short memories and forget about what he's done. Who knows? We've seen it before, haven't we? We saw gun owners vote for John Howard after the gun bans.
Chris Miller said Daniel Andrews will fall down the statues again before that happens. And then Andy 1234777 says, yes, I will be re-elected, basically. Ropes by Psycho. Dominion voted Andrews in. The Dominion voting systems, like in America.
Yeah.
Active Firearms says, yes, Dan will be re-elected, 1,000%. Yeah, it's going to be Mr. Wonderful. No ways Andrews will be back in. No effing way. So, yeah, let's have a look if we can. So God, you guys are commenting so much. It just keeps popping down on me. So many. I'm just going through them, guys. Sorry. The voting will be rigged from Kieran and he will be re-elected. Yep. Who knows? I mean, again, yeah, they get our votes and who knows what they do with them. NSC needs to become a political party. So we have someone worth voting for. Ben from Taz. They have. So have you got any there?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Colin says Dan will be re-elected. Aaron Johnson. Yeah, Victorians are stupid enough to vote for the traitor back in. Build a wall. I agree totally. Build a wall. The branch
Dominion will get him over the line.
Yeah, Daniel Andrews will fall down a flight of stairs next and become Stephen Hawkins.
Here we go. Where's this one up from Front Toward Enemy?
Stephen Hawking's without the brains, I'd say.
Yeah, Front Toward Enemy said Vic's population is in decline. Only Labor stooges will remain. Yeah, probably. I mean, like not every party has got every single policy is bad. Well, most of them they are, but it's just again they've got to keep saying they've got to manage the lowest common denominator in Australia, which is just the average schmuck in Australia, which most people do. They just life passes them by. They don't have any ambition. They don't do anything with their lives. They don't do anything, right? And that's the people they have to cater for because that is the majority of people. Unfortunately, it really is. And what do? You just have to. That's who your voting base is. Yeah, you guys in the stream talk to people out there, shooting community. You speak not just shooters, but you speak to general people. I mean, how many people really know what the hell's going on? Not many.
Yeah, exactly. And Keith's right. Look what happened in WA, the last election. Total control by Labor. Yeah, they got an absolute stranglehold on WA. WA, I'd say, is the first state that has now fallen. I don't think there's any coming back for WA. I hate to say it.
And it only gets worse. Never get. This is the thing. It's very easy to get laws changed, very hard to get them overturned. Overland 4x4 says he's off. He's probably got to go do some. So have fun. Thanks, buddy, for joining us on the stream. Here we go. One for you, Aaron. Decker Hex, mate. Hey, any upcoming gun reviews?
Yes.
Put him on the spot.
Yeah, shotgun review. I'm waiting for it to arrive. That's a new one. It'll be the first world review once it arrives. So that's all I can say. But I've got a backlog of masses of reviews. I actually went out, I hate to say this, I went out and filmed quite a good one with some Blazer and Sours a couple of months ago. And I went to actually come and edit it this weekend, and I've lost all the footage. And so if you're on my Instagram, you would have seen the awesome photos of it. So I cannot find the footage at all of it, unfortunately.
I don't understand here too. A very good one. I've thought about this for a while. Front Toward Enemy says we need a red state. What do you mean? Why wouldn't why wouldn't we have a state that instead of being like the rest of Australia is competitive, businessly competitive, employment competitive, firearms competitive, fireworks competitive, gel blaster competitive. What else would you say? What's that? Airsoft competitive. Why not be bringing all this stuff into your state? That's what I would be doing if I was running the country. I'd be ringing up businesses, say, right, bring your company here. We'll pay for the land. You hire 1,000 people. That's what we want to happen in our state. I mean, you can't even watch. Not that I watch UFC, and that sometimes I do, very rarely. But you can't even. You got to go to Melbourne to watch UFC. You can't even watch a UFC fight. When they come to Australia, you got to go to Melbourne. It's banned in New South. I can't even watch two people fight, Not that I do. Yeah. I probably prefer boxing more than UFC, but same thing. Can't do any of this stuff. Why not have a competitive state that offers a lot where people want to move there going, this state is free. We want to move to this state. Let the others burn. Let the others do whatever they've got to do. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we need a Texas for Australia. That's what we need. And Queensland was basically it. Queensland was the last state to hold out and say, no, we do not want the NFA in Queensland. We're not going to take it. And then they turned around and bribed them. Well, if you don't sign it, you won't be getting any GST money. So as soon as they heard no money, bang, they signed it. But they held out and told old Johnny Halfwit that they weren't going to comply. We weren't going to ban semi-autos in Queensland. A lot of people didn't know that until they were told they're going to get their money train cut off.
What do we always say, guys? It's always about the money. But that's the problem. Again, you'd have to keep the idiots out of the state, out of that state that I'm talking about, because, you know, we've actually seen it quite frequently in the US. We've seen it in places such as Arizona, Texas, even starting to go blue. You got these same idiots that don't like California anymore, dispersing around the US into these red states, starting to try to turn them blue. I would just that's what I mean. It should be saying, no, you're not in our state. If you don't have these values, you're not going to be in our state. But, you know, I don't see a problem with I just never see a problem with that. If you don't hold the values of the state, then we'll remove you from the state. It's really not that hard. You can have you go over there, we'll come over here, and we'll all be happy. But thing is, the lefties can't do that. They want to control you. They want to be in your shit all the time, telling you what to do, changing you, you know. You go there, we'll go here. If you don't like us, you go there, we'll go here. It's very simple, isn't it, really?
Oh, yeah. It'd be absolute utopia. Yeah, absolute utopia. Yeah. And the state that decides to do it will probably be the richest and well-rounded state there is. Financially,
if you don't hold our values,
killing it.
If you don't hold our values, go over there. Segregation. I got no problem with it. None whatsoever. None. If you don't, why do you want to go somewhere? Or, you know, and again, we saw that in New Zealand after the shooting in New Zealand. My mate was talking about this a couple of months ago. You know, how the migrants coming into the country voting for gun laws that they weren't even born in the country. They don't even have a permanent residence. They don't even have a passport. You know, and they're telling other New Zealanders how they can shoot their guns. It's fucking madness. Madness.
Yeah, exactly. I left before they went too nuts with the gun laws over there. It was actually pretty good. And when I came to Australia, we hadn't even heard of Port Arthur. I came here in 1998, and I think it was. And I didn't even know what Port Arthur was. It wasn't even news around the world. It was nothing. It was probably just a headline and for a day, and I didn't know anything about the gun bans. Port Arthur, it was a nothing topic around the world. And I got here and go, where are the semi-autos? I want to get back into shooting. Where's semi-autos? I want to shoot those again.
I mean, Texas. The guys mentioning Texas in the comment section. Big brain game time. Same thing. I mean, I've been to Texas, great place. You know, Dallas, San Antonio, but you get into Austin. Oh man, Austin's just left wing central in Austin, Texas. That's where you don't want to go, Austin, Texas. You know what I mean? But again, eventually they will turn Texas blue. That's just, you know, it didn't look good this time, even in the election. Obviously, it propped up towards the end as well, which was fantastic for people of Texas. But, you know, you wouldn't even think, you know, the Democrats would have a stranglehold over Texas, of all places. This is what they do. They just keep moving around. They just move through the state and fuck it up. You know what I mean? And just go over there, stay over there. I'm happy to do segregation. You there, me here, like-minded. I hit my thing there. Like-minded people in this area that I love hanging out with, don't want to hang out with you, go over there. Simple as that. But, you know, government won't allow that shit. You know, we've all got to intertwine and we've all got to get on and have diverse opinions. I don't want to have a diverse opinion. I want to hang out with people like me. That's where I have the best time.
Exactly. And here's one. Bob Catter, we all know what we think of him on the show, has always pushed for a separate North Queensland. Yes, he has. Exactly that reason. Tiny blob on Queensland map covering Brisbane, Gold Coast, dictate what happens in the rest of the state. Well, not really. North Queensland do dictate a lot financially because that's where all the mining is. And tell me, what has Bob Catter done in 50 years? 50 years this old coot's been in. What has he done for shooters? Absolutely fucking nothing. He is the Joe Biden of Australia. 50 years and achieved nothing.
Joe Biden.
Yeah. Joe Catter, we should be calling him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I always say
not
at
a
least
fan. Don't
it's all
support him
good.
in the slightest.
I mean,
He
it's
hasn't
all
done
good to
anything for
say.
shooters.
I mean, it's all good to say good things about shooting, but I think it was probably about 6 months ago before there was one of the guys, like, it might have been Demetto, is it Nick Demetto? He posted on one of the comments there in one of his Facebook pages, and I sort of had it was a kind comment towards each other, but he actually never responded to me. But I asked him, I said, he said something along the lines to another guy that we're the only people for shooters, and I said, well, that's fine, and we do appreciate your advocacy, but when is that advocacy actually going to turn into actually changing some laws and stuff like that, and actually, doing that? Because again, like, you understand, as we've spoken before, most people don't know there's, 50 years in Parliament, not one piece of legislation introduced on the floor of Parliament to make life easier for shooters. Not one. So again, when they say they're positive about shooters, it's okay to talk about it, but when does that actually result in some actual legislation and having the agreements in Parliament and the relationships to get some of that legislation through? Just doesn't happen, man. Just doesn't happen. So when I hear people crowing about Bob Catt, I was like, yeah, nice guy, good people with good intentions, sure, but don't tell us you're for gun owners when you haven't even introduced a single piece of legislation onto the floor of Parliament in 50 years of being a politician. Like, give me a break, dude. Not against them. That's just the facts of the matter. That's just the facts. Again, look at the history. No one will dispute that because the facts are there. It's true.
Oh, just look at the comments coming up. Bob Biden, useless shit. Combat Kelpie. That's the harsh truth. Hilarious. Yes, it is. Front towards enemy. Sippy Joe. I don't think he has many friends.
Yeah, I know he tries for his region. There's no drama with that. Obviously, trying to get a better deal for his region. But we're the only deal for firearms owners. Well, how? Well, just saying something on the radio or TV or on Facebook. Well, and
the only thing I hear, the only thing I've ever really heard about firearms from him is just before the election, and then after the election, I don't hear anything.
Yeah. They had a policy back for Category C, member, years ago, and none of that ever. I think was it Cata got paid. How much was it from SSAA got paid? There was a donation to the party.
Yeah, I can't remember. There was an article, wasn't there? I can't remember.
Yeah, years ago, it was an article. Yeah, there was. It was from. I think it was from. Anyway, I'll get my facts right, but I know it was either from SSAA, and I think even Naya gave money to him as well. Not that it's bad, that's good, but we wanted that to turn into some type of change, but that just didn't happen. So again, guys, when they say they're working out for you, ask them the hard questions, exactly what policies, what legislation they're going to introduce, how they hope to achieve that legislation. Otherwise, it's just pissing in our pockets.
Exactly. And Epifly, any other politicians you'd support, Aaron? No. I don't support any other politician in Australia. They're all a bunch of useless pricks. If they don't say we want to get rid of the NFA, I won't support them, won't vote for them. And I highly recommend all you guys just do a donkey vote. I've been telling you for years. They do not deserve our vote. They don't deserve it. They haven't worked for it. Would not in the slightest give them a vote. Haven't voted for anyone for years. Right? The voting form just goes straight in the bin.
Front toward enemy says, sure. I don't know I think he's having a bit of a laugh here, but let us know if you're not. Front toward enemy says, surely the Nats are pro-shooter. Meaning, sorry, for people that don't know, meaning the Nationals, they're in with the LNP. No, I mean, again, most of the draconian, if not 95% of it, has come from the Liberal Party. And the legacy of John Howard, the 1996 laws, the 2002 buybacks, the issues we had in New South Wales with public land hunting was under the O'Farrell government. I mean, sure, Labor's not any better, don't get me wrong, but the heavy-hitting, serious pieces of legislation have come from the Liberal Party. So the Nats are just the lapdogs. I don't know why the Nats just don't say no. If you don't like it, stiff pickies. But again, they're Liberal masters. They're the lapdogs to the Liberals. What do you expect? I mean, if I was the leader of Nationals and Barnaby Joyce, I go, no, we're not doing that, mate. End of story. If you guys want to go out on your own, let us know. You won't govern without the Nationals. So the Nationals have power. They just refuse to use it. And if they don't want to do that, they can go out on their own and start representing rural people and get themselves in that way, which they do anyway. So why do they even need the Liberals anyway?
Exactly. And not getting up, Mr. Wonderful, but yeah, donkey vote plays right in the hands. I don't care. You know who's going to win. It's going to be one of the two. Your vote doesn't matter. How many times I can tell you, your vote means absolutely nothing. It's either Labor or Liberals going to get in, both the same party. So why would you reward these clowns with your vote? They've done nothing for us. Why would you reward them? It doesn't matter. Your vote is worthless. It's meaningless, absolutely meaningless in the big scale of things. They know who's going to win. It's basically all signed, sealed, and delivered. It's going to be one of the two big parties, and none of them want the NFA gone. None of them actually stand up for us. So to me, you're an idiot if you vote for any of these parties. I'm not getting at you, Mr. Wonderful, but yeah, your vote is worthless. Absolutely worth it.
Just one quick question before we finish off. Redneck Runner says, so what's your plan? I guess the plan for us would be, hopefully, again, I've said it a bit earlier, the courts are paid by the government. So what hope do we hope to have of a judge doing the right thing and thinking laws matter in this country? Because quite clearly they don't. We've seen that, political expedience like what's happening in Victoria. So, mate, the only thing we can hope for is, some sort of legal fight, putting our money where our mouth is, hitting him in the hip pocket, continually taking him to court. That's the only real thing me and Aaron can really think of that's going to, that's going to hopefully make a difference, man. But whether that will make a difference, time will tell. We'll find out. But, we're definitely going backwards in the political arena with the pro-gun parties. I mean, they were wiped out in Western Australia. We'll see. We'll see how we fare for the next couple of elections. But if we lose a couple more in the Victorian, New South Wales, elections, well then, But again, what are they going to achieve by your vote? They haven't. Look at New South Wales. It's been what 7, 8, 9 years, 15 years. What is it? Probably 2006. Public land hunting. There's been nothing since 2006 since public land hunting. 15 years of millions of dollars spent on pro-gun party politicians for what exactly, man? For what? What do we win? Let us know in the comments if you've got the legislation. Let us know. But I just, I think we've got to be like GOSA, gun owners of South Africa. Every time something happens, bang, they're in court trying to knock it on the head. Every single time we should be in court. But, NSC doesn't have that kind of money. Some organizations do, and then but they don't want to use that money for that. So, again, some of these organizations are responsible for the predicament we're in right now. But anyway.
Yeah, there we go. Giant. Katter was talking about hunting in Queensland.
No.
Forest hunting in Queensland. Talk. Yeah, talk. That's all we've heard from the guy. Talk.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking now. It hasn't changed anything. We did a stream for a year. What's changed? I've been doing a podcast for 10 years. What's changed? Nothing. It's gotten 10 times worse. So we can only see that a legal avenue is the only option. Will that work? Maybe not. Probably not. We'll have to wait and find out. Give us a couple of years. If we had millions of dollars to start fighting gun laws and things in court, but, again, NSC doesn't have that kind of money. That's just a fact, And even if you don't win, if we had tens of millions of dollars flowing in every year to fight these things, we'd be in court every single fight. Every fight we'd be in court, but we don't have that money. We just need a big, fat, rich wig Clive Palmer that loves guns, like a Clive Palmer type, that loves guns. Says here's 500 million. Live off the interest. We just get interest off that money. And we just fight week in, week out. We've got a case going every single week. You know what I mean?
I'm still waiting for Russell Crowe to get back to us. It's been a year or so now.
Russell, come on, man. Ring us back, will you? Please, give us your private number so we'll ring you.
Yeah. Let's talk. Let's get him on the show. Anyone knows Russell Crowe out there? Tell him he's got to come on the show one night. We've been waiting a long time.
We'll finish off, man, 9 o'clock. That's it.
Well, you got to go play your man-baby game. And I've got work
Well,
to
I'll
do.
probably see you. Shooting Stuff Australia is playing Van Dusk again, as per usual, on the old one.
No, I've actually got a whole heap of plans and stuff I've got to measure up and do some work. So before I go to bed. Anyway, thank you so much for coming, and thank you, Jason, for joining us once again. It was awesome. And guys, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you want to see more of these videos. We're on every Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Australian Time. It's been a great night, great subject. Thank you to the NSC and OSA for sponsoring this episode. I hope all of you have a very safe and enjoyable week, and maybe get out shooting this weekend if it doesn't rain. Have a very good week, and see you in 7 days' time. Good night.